Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Audrey and today I have a Halloween party prep video for you guys. I am loving this. This is my second time doing this, and if you haven't seen my first one, I'll make sure to link it down below and put it in the cards. But we are doing a little Halloween party for my girls. I have two little girls, a 3 and 4-year-old, Anovalie and Kelly Rose. And this year we are doing a pumpkin cheer. I always try to make it a theme that matches what they're wearing. And so I thought, how fun would it be to do an activity where all of the kids get to punch either a trick or a treat out of these cups. So this is definitely a DIY and you can change it up to best fit you. But I figured that the kids would love having this activity to do, and then we were going to be doing a bunch of crafts and eating. Really, this is just something to do during the day for Halloween to keep them busy before going trick-or-treating. So I put a bunch of spiders in a cup, and this was a trick, and the treat is obviously going to be candy. So you just put a rubber band around, and then how cute is this? I made sure to layer because I didn't want the kids to sneak and peek which ones are tricks and which ones are treats. But I did put a black under with an orange, and then you were not able to see it. And I made it big enough so that it hides the clear cup as well. Honestly, this was the biggest hit for the party. The kids absolutely loved it, and I made it where it was enough for each kid to do it 4 times, and they loved it. It's definitely similar to a piñata. All the kids want to do it. They all want to participate. So here's the treat. I put a sucker and then just mixed different types of candies that we had, and honestly the kids had so much candy by the end of the night, so it was totally perfect. I just love the way this turned out, and I can see myself using this same idea for a different thing. This turns into a pumpkin. You're gonna see it later, and I just used really everything that I had at the house. I purchased these cups and I purchased elastic bands because I didn't have them, but I could see a lot of people already having those things. So this is a quick and easy. The foam board, you could do something different, but it was easiest to hot glue onto the foam board, and then I just made the shape of a pumpkin, and I used green tissue paper, which you'll see at the very end of the video how it turned out. Let me know in the comments, have you guys seen this or have you tried this before? Definitely I will be doing it again. This is a 10 out of 10 Pinterest find. It is not a Pinterest fail. Next, I jumped into decorating. So here's quite a bit of the things that I bought. Honestly, I have to lay it all out to remember what's what and what do I want to use where. And so I kind of try to match the theme the best I can. Pumpkin cheer is what I came up with. My older daughter wanted to be a purple cheerleader, and my younger daughter wanted to be a jack-o'-lantern, so a pumpkin. So I mixed the two themes, and I bought all of this stuff for crafts and food, and just to make my entire upstairs a pumpkin cheer party to match their costumes. Last year we did a witch, and that turned out really cute, so I was super excited to do this again, and they were so excited to invite friends and be able to celebrate with them. So I love to decorate the night of or night before, I should say. So this is super late at night already. The girls are in bed by now, and I start usually by blowing up all the balloons and getting my balloon arch made. I love making balloon arches. They're pretty simple. I do it by hand. There's definitely kits out there that you can buy, but I blow them up using this machine that I bought from Walmart, and it makes it so much easier. Once you tie all the balloons up. You can use however many for it to be as big as you'd like. And I tend to make all of my balloons the same size, but you can definitely change it up, buy some bigger, make some smaller, and then you want to tie the balloons together. And I tie all three together. It is a little bit difficult if the balloons are like not stretchy, but you can see I am not having a very hard time here. It's pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of time. It usually takes me about an hour to 2 hours to do it, depending on the intensity. Here it is. How cute is that? I love these colors mixed together, and I really do love how it turns out at the end. I'll show you guys. I just wrap it around a string. I usually tie it to the store, and you've probably seen it in my other party prep videos. I have a few of them. If you love this kind of content, definitely let me know, and I do have a playlist for you guys. I am so excited to bring these to you, and I love parties. Some people have said I should be a party planner, and I think I would absolutely love doing that. So I could see myself doing that in like the future maybe, but for now, we'll just do it for my kids. But here it is coming together, and I did throw a few white spots in there, which was so cute because you'll see later on I add spider webs, and I think it turned out really nice. I know there are different ways to hang it, but I usually use more string and a thumbtack, and I just put it into the wall. You can do them with helium. Like you saw, mine is just air. There is not helium, so I do have to enforce it or tie it with something. I've seen people do it to poles, but this is honestly so simple to do. Definitely recommend. I went ahead and bought these micro lights. They're super cute. They're LED, and they're orange, and I really think that this helped brighten up the room, and it's something that you can reuse. That is what I love about buying some decorations that you're able to use year after year. A lot of my Christmas things I reuse. However, Thanksgiving and Halloween I didn't have much, so this is something I splurged this year, and I bought it. And those bats are from last year, and I just will continue to reuse them as long as they look nice. You can make them on your Cricut or buy them from Walmart or any other store. I'm sure they sell them pretty much everywhere. And then this is my favorite thing to do when it comes to streamers. I wanted to make like a picture wall here or an accent wall, and so I used all the streamer colors that match the theme, and I just finished this entire section between my two windows, just taping it at the top, twirling it, and then taping it at the bottom. This is so simple, and yet it is really what ties and pulls the whole theme together here. You'll see at the end how nice it looks, and it just brightens up the room. I decided to hang this pumpkin little banner that I had from last year, and it just goes so well with the theme, and I think it looks so cute dangling like that. I wanted to make my own sign to customize and do pumpkin cheer, and honestly this was so helpful that I have a Cricut to make the letters, and one of my sweet friends came over again, Heather, to help me out with blowing up some of the balloons and doing this, and then my sweet mom helped me with all the baking and clean up. She's so sweet. Grandmas are literally the best. And so here I am putting this sign together. Guys, don't let me like fool you. I did not put a long clip of this, but this probably took me a good 30 to 40 minutes. I promise you these letters did not want to stick down, but I stuck to my gun and I did not change my mind. And I'm so glad I didn't, because it really turned out cute. But the poster board that I had purchased was not big enough, so I ended up using 2 boards and like taping them together to make it longer, and you really can't even tell in this clip that there's 2 boards, but it fit perfectly over my thankful and blessed sign. I didn't even have to take it off the wall, so I just added painter's tape over the top of my board. And honestly, this is such a cheat that I will definitely be doing again for any season or any birthdays. I never thought to do this. I don't know why. I've always tried to cover my sign, and so I don't have to take it on and off. But how amazing is this? It just inserts straight into my sign. I don't know what I was thinking, because I've never thought about doing this before, this Halloween prep. And I absolutely love the way it turns out. Let me know, what do you guys think? I end up adding pumpkins at the bottom just because I knew it wasn't going to be quite long enough. And I really love how I decided to make them 3D. But I'm excited now for Christmas time. I think I'm going to try to do some type of Christmas thing here for over the sign, and just again reuse it like I'm doing now, and just I can customize it. I just think this is so clever. Let me know if you guys have done that before. Then I moved into just cleaning off the table so I could do the tablecloths. I love using disposable tablecloths. Honestly, it just makes cleanup so much easier for the party. And if you guys are new to my channel, this table right here that I am cleaning is over 16 years old. It is the table that I grew up with. And my sweet parents gave it to us, and Corey and I decided to actually refinish it. So we sanded the entire thing down along with all the chairs. We stained it the color we wanted, and we painted. I went through and I added spider webs and little spider rings to the balloon arch, and I think that it made it even that much better. It's a little spooky. I went even around this chair a little bit. The kids thought this was so fun, especially my daughter, who's kind of afraid of spiders, but I think she likes it at the same time. I know that sounds weird, but she is just so silly. She likes to want to, try to touch things, but then she's kind of scared of it. But she got a kick out of the spiders being in the balloon arch. So I was really happy that I did this, and I really think that it pulled the theme together. What do you guys think? Do you like the balloon arch with or without the spider webs? You could definitely leave them out, but I do think it gives it that extra spooky touch. Here are the spiders, and it's just those spider rings. Honestly, we have so many left over from the party. Then I went through and I added this boo sign, and honestly, I could not figure out this straw, guys. I don't know what I was doing. It's very late at night, probably like almost 2 o'clock in the morning at this point, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this straw to go in for me to blow it up. And honestly, I had to speed this up because it was embarrassingly a long process. I could not figure it out at all. I finally read the instructions, which I should have probably started with, and it was kind of clear, but at the same time, there it is. Finally goes in. I just was cracking up at this point. I'm like, this took way too long just to blow up 3 letters, and that's what is so funny about this clip, because I definitely shortened it for you guys. So once I did figure it out, the two other letters, the two other O's were way easier to blow up. So it didn't take long after that. But I love these little kits. It definitely put a little spooky vibe over in the corner where our arch is. I think it turned out really cute. I always hit a spot where I get a little bit tired, so it was time for a cream soda float, and it was delicious. Here I am dancing to it. The music's loud, and once I finished, I was right back to it. I put a table up for the kids' craft table. Again, this whole idea of like it's a little Halloween party. The girls picked a few friends to come over that were similar age to them for them to all enjoy doing crafts together. And this table I just cleaned off. Again, put another plastic tablecloth. These things are so affordable. I just bought pretty much everything from Walmart this year, or my mom picked up a few things, I believe, in Michigan and brought it. And then I decided to the tables to add confetti. Honestly, I never decide. I can't decide if like I regret it or not, but confetti does make a mess, guys. So be prepared to either vacuum or sweep a lot after the party if you're going to use confetti. But it really gave it that little extra cheer, which of course the holiday theme was pumpkin cheer, so I had to do it. There are some cute little pumpkins in that pack that I had found at Walmart, so it was super cute and definitely pulled the theme together. Since I knew the girls would be coloring for the party, I decided to empty out their little crayon marker bin. And honestly, my younger daughter's learning to put caps back on, so it's kind of a hot mess. I did purchase a few new ones. It was nice because they were on sale still from after, back to school shopping, I guess. And so I picked up a few and I refilled this, and honestly, it's so satisfying to have all of the slots full. And it looks so much better, and the kids loved it, and they keep it a lot neater when you go through and organize it, as to before it just was a hot mess. You didn't even know what was working or not. So definitely I need to do this probably more often so that the girls can color and we can enjoy it instead of like trying to color, getting frustrated because half of them don't work. So definitely a hit is to just print some pictures of whatever the theme is and do that. Next, I went ahead and started baking. I wanted to make these little apple pie crusts, and honestly, they turned out so delicious. And here, I just roughly chopped it. It was a rough one. But you just want rough little chops, and I will have the recipe linked down below. I found this on TikTok. It's like hand apple pies, and she did an amazing job. So look down below for the link. She definitely inspired me to do this, and I can't think of her name, but I will link her TikTok down below. They turned out delicious. I will definitely probably make this again for like Thanksgiving. So simple to make, and everybody loved it. Honestly, this with a little scoop of ice cream on the top turned out perfect. I love that you're able to really cut out any shape that you wanted. I chose pumpkins just for the party theme, but you could do anything, and it is so simple and quick, especially if you buy the dough that's already made. And there's some alternatives that she suggests on her website, which I used one of her alternatives because my daughter can't have eggs, so this was such a perfect recipe for everybody. How good do these look? I love the way they turned out. They're super cute. And I love this new little plate that I had found at Cashwise, which was really random. Sometimes grocery stores surprise me and have these cute little finds. But I love these apple pies, and they were definitely a hit. Yum. Look at how good they look. I went ahead and filled all the party favors. I love doing party favors for any of the parties that I throw. I think it's really important for all the kids to just take a little something home from us. So honestly, these were pretty cheap cups from Walmart. I found 12 of them, which we had a few left over. We didn't have quite 12 kids. And I just filled them, and they loved it. The kids definitely thought this was a hit. I found rings for the kids. I found stamps. And I found these straws, and I put more candy, and they just loved it. This is so special. And honestly, I would say the stamps were everybody's most favorite. They were going around stamping their hands and saying it was a tattoo, so they definitely loved it. Okay, next I went ahead, and that next morning, because I was so tired, I went to bed. I went ahead and made the cake, and it was honestly so good because I changed it up a little bit. I used French vanilla. I used applesauce instead of egg because my daughter can't have it. And when you replace it, you just want to also add baking powder so it rises well still. But I ended up crushing some Oreos and adding it to the mix, and honestly, it was a hit. Everybody loved it. So definitely changing up a boxed recipe sometimes is a success. So here it is. Looks so good, and it was so easy to decorate them. I just put a few different frosting colors. My daughters wanted to help me, but I did a few frosting colors and some mixed sprinkles. I always use a cookie scoop to fill my liners, and honestly, cupcakes are always easy for little kids. So I definitely suggest having those for parties. I definitely think these turned out pretty cute and the kids love them. Lastly, for the food, I went ahead and I just put a vegetable tray together. I bought this at Walmart, this tray last year. And of course I'm reusing it, and I just tried to make the jack-o'-lantern out of the carrots, cucumbers, broccoli, and bell peppers. I think I did an okay job. It was such a silly little thing, but people loved it, and honestly I just put a bottle of ranch, and this was such an easy vegetable tray this year to have. So I definitely recommend not doing, you know, a huge one, but we did have like leftovers of the cut vegetables, and we just added to the tray when it was empty. So here I just put, for fruit, some oranges out, and I tried to make them into jack-o'-lanterns. It is hard to like write on an orange that's cold, and I had these in the fridge, so I kept having to try to do it again with Sharpie, but it turned out pretty good. Last, before people arrived, I wanted to put a new sign on my door and some window clings, and so I think it turned out pretty well. Anytime I put a new wreath, though, I definitely have to wipe down the window just because it gets so dusty from all the wind. Here is this cute little Happy Halloween pumpkin jack-o'-lantern sign, and I think it really tied in the theme. I also went ahead and added some window clings to the door, and I think those look so cute. I had some leftover, and you'll see that I ended up putting the rest of them in my bathroom. So there were jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins, and purple and orange everywhere in the house by the end of. Okay, and now for the final reveal on how everything turned out. There's my cute little jack-o'-lantern, and Olie looks so darling in this. She picked it out herself, and here's my purple cheerleader, and she loved it. And here's the final reveal of how the whole house turned out. I love how everything came together. It was such a special party because the girls are starting to like really appreciate and look forward to these parties, so it's really all worth it at the end of the night when I stayed up until 3:45, and then I was up early to continue cooking. I do the same meal every year for Halloween, and I just love it. It is chili, and you'll see it here in just a second, but I did go ahead and print these off, and this is such a fun way to do crafts with kids, is just to find images on the web, print them out, and then have the kids be able to color pictures for each other, for you. So I just picked a few images that I felt went along with the party and printed them out. So here's how everything looks over in the kitchen area. I just put up a few more decorations in there. The chili was absolutely delicious. I had a bowl for lunch and a bowl for dinner, and I definitely made enough for everybody. We had these cute little pumpkin plates, napkins, Happy Hollow wine. I loved that. Couldn't pass that up at Walmart. And then just some disposable bowls. And then we had Ritz crackers, and we also had the options of Fritos and Lay's, and I'll know for next year, but everybody loves Fritos, so I definitely wasn't sure which one would be the biggest hit, but I think by far Fritos won that vote. There's the fruit and vegetables, and at the little table I also bought this cute little Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse cookies that are already made, and you just decorate them for Halloween. So that's another version of a craft that you could do. But you could see everything kind of came together great. My daughters were just like wanting to play with everything before their friends got there. And then of course I had to match my kids. So here is my outfit. I wanted to show you in the bathroom here. I am half pumpkin, half cheerleader. So I always try to match along. And of course my mom, Grandma is the best. Grandmama dressed up and matches me, and I got a little sneak peek of her. Here she is, my little twin. And I can say little because she's shorter than me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.
There was a small monster, okay? You knocked on the door, okay? No, you have to knock on that. Okay?
You can't see it.